Okay, what we're going to do in this video is finish up section 2, translation, and then go into the dative case and how that fits into our noun charts. Okay, so top of page 72. Aemilia cum delia in atrium intrat. Laeta ad Iulium adit. Eumque salutat. So let's see what we got here. We have Amelia. She looks like the subject. Cum delia is not part of the subject. In atrium is a prepositional phrase as well. Intrat is our verb. So Amelia enters into the atrium because we've got our accusative ending here with delia. Notice the ablative ending on delia. Laeta ad Iulium adit. Now look at laeta. What is that doing there? We know it means happy, but what we have to figure out is what or who is happy. And if we look at the ending here, it's a feminine ending and it's a nominative feminine ending, and so we see that it's Amelia that is happy. So she enters, happy Amelia enters into the atrium with delia. Adit ad Iulium, goes up to Julius, and salutat eum, and greets him. Julius se ad Ameliam vertit, eamque salutat. Julius, he's our subject. This is a prepositional phrase. He turns who or what? He turns himself to Amelia and greets her. Amelia. Amelia viro suo osculum dat. Amelia gives what? An osculum, which is a kiss, as you can tell by seeing the picture over here. She gives a kiss to viro suo, her husband. Vir meaning man or husband. Julius Ameliae osculum dat. Julius in return gives a kiss to Amelia. Notice this ending. Again, Amelia, she's the person who's receiving, Julius is giving the kiss to. This is the dative. Dative feminine ending is going to be AE. Back here, Amelia is giving a kiss to her husband. We have the masculine dative ending there. Okay, so let's look at those endings now. Picture. Okay, remember our good old 3 kinds of nouns chart, which gives us, for masculine nouns, singular and plural, the endings. Remember, nominative, these are the endings for the subject. Accusative, these are endings for that we use after accusative prepositions and also for direct objects. Genitive frequently means of, used to show possession and other things. Like, for example, is always used after the word numerous, and also plenus. Dot, here's our new thing. Dative, indirect object. Remember we saw, and well, let's do that last. Okay, and finally we have the ablative, which is used after the ablative prepositions, which we know are in, cum, ex, ab, and you don't have the others yet. There are only a couple others. It's also used when we use an item, like when we hit someone with a stick or by means of stick. By means of, when we do something by means of a thing, the thing is in the ablative and there is no prep. This is all review, or should be. Also, when it is a person, for example, when Julius was being carried by Cyrus and Leander, we do have the preposition, but again, also the ending is the ablative, so ablative can mean by. Okay, so dative, indirect object, what endings go here? Well, remember we had this one, Julius Marco malum dat. So singular masculine is going to be an O with a macron. Okay? Okay, as I was saying, here we have the sentence, Julius Juliae Pirum dat. Julius gives a pear to Julia. You could see there's good old Julius with his pear giving it to Julia. The ending for the dative for feminine singular noun is A-E, I. So this should be Juliae. So here, when we're looking at our endings, we had Julius Marco malum dat and Julius Julii Pirum dat. Julius does give a pear to Julia. Okay, let's looking at some other examples. We have, and I have written these again larger here, Julius Juliae malum dat. Julius gives an apple to Julia. And I'm going to go over this one later when we talk about the pronouns. We're going to learn how to say Julius gives an apple to her. But not right now. Let's just look at this. Julius gives pears servis to slaves. So what does that tell us? That tells us that on our chart, he gives pears to slaves. So this ending must be is, to slaves. Okay, and actually I will tell you that the ending here for plural feminine objects is also is. If Julius gave pears to ancilli, more than one ancilli, it would be ancillis for the plural. So ancillis for the feminine plural. And since for neuter things, the dative is also going to be the same as for the masculine because they're both in the same declension, O and is. So that fills out our first declension, which is the feminine columns, and second declension, which are these two columns for our charts. So now we're going to take a minute and just go through these and just chant the endings. It goes us I, os, I orum, o is, o is. Os I, os, I orum, o is, o is. That's for masculine. For feminine, it goes I, as, I, arum, I, is, a, is. I, as, I, arum, I, is, a, is. And for neuter, we have a, I, orum, o, is. And this chart is something you should review regularly and make sure that you have down pretty pat. I want to show you something else you can do online, and I'm going to stop the tape and get that set up and then show you what I have created on Study Stacks to help you learn these.